live?
Are we live?
We're live.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. We're live. Sorry.
Okay.
Best start ever.
All right.
Best start ever. So where did our acapella go? Ko,
Yeah.
J,
Yeah.
Ma,
Yeah.
Kojima.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
Perfect.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Running a little bit late today. Some technical difficulties going on, as you could tell. But we're
As
here,
usually.
as usual.
But we're here.
But we're here now, and we're back from the Japanese holiday Golden Week, which was kind of like a very long, like string of holidays. Kind of
Long in Japanese standards.
by Japanese standards, which is 1 week, right? That's a long vacation.
That's a huge vacation in Japan.
But if it lines up perfectly, we get like a week and a half off, right?
you can, right?
No, it lined up perfectly this year, and we had like 2 days off, so we didn't have a week, right?
You
It
can,
was a nice
fill the
little
gaps,
4-day
though.
weekend.
You can fill the gaps. We had 2 4-day. Well, if you take 1 day off, you get 2 4-day weekends, right?
Yeah.
Which is not
This
bad.
is the kind of stuff you guys want to know.
This is what you want to know.
This is what we
Exactly.
bring you.
Right.
No.
But anyway, so because of Golden Week, last week the Japanese show had a special Golden Week episode. Nothing this week on the Japanese side. Obviously, it's been a while since Ground Zeroes is out. We're gearing up for what's coming next. So not a lot of new information right now, but there will be something on the horizon. In the meantime, though, we're going to jump back into Deja Vu and Jamais Vu a little bit. Of course, we brought out the patch a couple weeks ago now.
Yep.
That lets you play these missions. So if you have a PlayStation platform, you can now enjoy Jamais Vu, and likewise, if you have Xbox, you can now play Deja Vu. Today we're just going to talk about maybe some behind-the-scenes information on Deja Vu and Jamais Vu.
Yeah.
Because I think there are a lot of people who maybe haven't really had a chance to play these missions yet. So Deja Vu, as many people know, is the Metal Gear Solid 1 recreation mission. If people look at it, they may realize that there are some Easter eggs hidden around the stage. So, for example, one thing that they showed in the Japanese show last week was that if you go to the outhouses near the start of the stage, right?
Yeah,
and
tent area.
You go out towards the tents, and there's some outhouses lined up, and you sit there and listen, and you zoom in and listen on one of the outhouses, you can hear a familiar sound from inside of the outhouse.
Yeah.
It's been in
sound.
familiar sound.
The struggle.
Yes, the struggle, the epic battle. But yes, and that's something that's kind of been in Metal Gear since MGS1. These little gags. So we hope people look for it. Do a search for that, find it all. Also, there's a Metal Gear Solid 1 quiz in there as well, right? And people may not have realized, but there's a lot of questions actually that got cut from that quiz. And some of these questions that got ditched were actually showed on the show last week on the Japanese side.
So the very first concept to get the questions together was, I guess I remember they asked like, we're gonna do this in the game, send your questions so we can get ideas. And some people sent just ridiculous, the difficult ones, things that no one would ever figure.
They were very obscure questions. So, people were sending in a lot of ideas for what we could put in for trivia, and then they sent out mails to everybody. So the writers kind of compiled things.
Right?
In the studio, in the studio. So they said, okay, here guys, answer these. And then they kind of got opinions, and even in the development staff, some of the questions were just so ridiculous that people could not answer.
I remember when we got them, we were
ridiculous.
just like, hey, Sean, Chris, Dodo, any? Nope, all right.
I don't want to look like a dumbass in front of everybody.
So some of them were cut. Others, just maybe weren't that interesting. It's kind of like really obscure facts, but maybe not that interesting. But there are a few that maybe people might want to know.
It might tickle the hardcore.
I think for the really hardcore fans. So one that was thrown out was actually a little bit of trivia about how many polygons were in the original Metal Gear Solid 1 Snake. Okay, and the options were 6.9,
6.9.
690. 6,900, 69,000,
That's a lot.
or 590.
Or 500.
590. I don't know why.
So who knows the answer?
Why 590?
That pattern.
Right now, any answers on YouTube and Twitch?
So what do you guys think?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
6.9, 690, 6,900, 69,000, or 590. All right, so these are the options. I think this one actually wasn't that hard.
I'm curious if someone can.
We'll see if somebody can get the correct
YouTube.
correct answer
There
here.
might be like a 2-minute lag or something.
Yeah,
so do we want to sit around for 2 minutes?
No, there's already people. You see?
How many polygons? Okay, so if you think about the capabilities of PlayStation 1, I think most people can probably guess this one.
Yeah.
So 590 is the first guess. And that's pretty reasonable. I
Yeah.
think that's a reasonable guess. But why 590? I don't know. It could have been 590,
Using
but it wasn't.
SAT
Yeah.
process of elimination,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
kind of come up with that, right?
So B, yes. Correct answer is B, and that's from Pixel Hero 13,
Yep.
Twitch.
which is
There it is.
690 on Twitch.
90.
So 690 polygons is the correct answer, which of course is really low by today's standards, right? Now we have probably like 20 times that much. You
Or
know?
have more in a box.
And
for that.
yeah, exactly.
There.
And back then, of course, because we were so limited in the polygons, they had basically no face, no mouth. So
Yeah.
and so Mr. Kojima was talking about this in the Japanese show, how it's kind of like a puppet show in a way, where they can't move their mouth, so you just have to do things with their head. So you made them twitch and move around with their bodies and gesture a lot to kind of get across that emotion. And of course, it was in the voice acting, a lot more in the voice acting, because you couldn't really do anything with the mouth or expressions because it's just pixels, right?
Ludo's not on camera.
Yeah.
Ludo's not on
There you go.
camera.
Get Ludo in there twitching, zip, just like that.
Yeah.
And of course, they didn't have hands.
Yeah.
That crab claw hands, that thing. So that was one of the ones that got thrown out. It might have been kind of fun, but yeah, it got thrown out.
Yeah.
Another one was this one was just, I don't know if it was too hardcore or just too obscure, because I think it referenced a lot of games that were not really available widely outside Japan.
Yeah.
And the question was, so after in Metal Gear Solid 1, after you defeat Liquid, there's the scene where Snake changes into a sneaking suit again so they can go outside. Of course, they're in Alaska, so you can't wander out there with no shirt on. And then
You can't
Meryl,
do that, even
you
if
don't
you're
do
a
that, you don't do
legendary
that, yeah.
mercenary. Or
but Meryl, when she greets him, has this certain pose that she does.
Yeah.
At the end, right? This really cute pose.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
pose.
She's standing in the door, right?
Yeah. So
If you guys
So-
remember, it's
so that pose.
You guys
couple years
remember
ago.
you're
If you remember it, you're hardcore. But that pose was taken from another game, and so there were some options out there about which game this was taken from. And the options were Katherine Gibson, which is from Snatcher,
Obviously. Everyone
obviously.
knows.
Yeah.
Holly White from Metal Gear 2, not Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear 2. Karen Hojo from Police Knots. Isabella Velvet from Snatcher, once again.
Yep.
Or Fujisaki Shiori, who's from Tokimeki Memorial.
Yeah, all you guys.
For all of you,
busted it.
obviously,
obviously,
Tokimeki,
no,
right?
Yeah.
All these games were available outside Japan. Special. No, actually, Tokimeki Memorial was.
I don't think it was ever released
was-
outside Japan.
Thank God.
I don't think so. So obviously, this one got thrown out because, obviously, no one will be able to guess the correct answer because most people outside Japan never heard of these characters because the games weren't widely available.
Yep.
But the correct answer was Fujisaki Shiori, who's a character from Tokimeki Memorial, which is kind of a date sim that was released here in Japan, really popular back in the day. So just a little bit of trivia there for Deja Vu.
Well, you guys, if you played it and saw the whole post, you might have noticed that it's kind of Japanese.
It is.
It is kind of
is.
Japanese,
It is.
so it's a very Japanese.
No, also, I mean, after I read about that, I went back and saw the scene. It's literally maybe 1 second.
It's
Maybe.
1 second.
It is.
It's
Maybe.
1 second.
I mean,
it's like,
I think it's less than a second. Also, it's just once. It's you're supposed to guess the pose of that. For me, it was just a random pose. I would never.
For the people that don't know the pose, Ken, can you show
yeah.
them?
Stand up and do it.
I'm not sure. It was something like this. Or,
No,
What?
No, what is that?
no, how was it? It was something under-
Yeah, you got.
Oh yeah.
see,
Sorry,
there,
that
there,
was
there,
one.
there.
Yeah,
You stand up and do it. Come on.
please.
Oh, I don't have the breasts to do it, right?
Oh, I have them, right?
I think that's the appeal, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Why was I doing it then?
I don't know what you're doing, man.
Another sexy pose.
But again,
For sexy pose right there. Hey guys.
I like
how's
it.
it going?
Oh yeah.
So
Moving on.
moving on. Some other cool things is Jamais Vu. We had some homage going on there as well. So this, of course, the Jamais Vu mission was an homage for Platinum Games. A little bit of trivia there as well.
Yeah.
The cutscenes in Jamais Vu were actually directed by Kobayashi-san, who's our cutscene director on Rising. So, Hideo did not direct those cutscenes. We wanted to make sure that the cutscenes felt like Rising and they were very accurate.
Sure.
Also, Kobayashi-san was cutscene director also for MGS4 and stuff, so he knows
Well,
quite a bit about
Yeah,
it.
since 3, he's been involved with cutscenes. So he's obviously very experienced with this stuff. But I think in particular we want to recreate the taste of Metal Gear Rising. So
Yeah.
he was in charge of that. In addition, a lot of the effects and camera angles and things were similar to Rising. Very over the top, very flashy. So a little bit of trivia there. And another thing too is like voices. I think we did a lot of VO. Of course, Robin was on the show last week.
Yep.
And Robin did a really good job, I think, of mimicking.
He was
all the
wonderful.
characters.
Well, we brought all the samples out to Hollywood and had Robin listen to them. At first, we were kind of thinking like, should we have him mimic and try to impersonate past characters, or just go with Miller and have him say the quotes right from past games? But he did it so well to the point you couldn't tell it was Miller at one point. So we had to dumb it down a little bit.
Right.
So it was really nice. I think he had fun with it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were questioning, was that Robin doing all those voices? Because he did it really well.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those lines that you could do for us?
I can't impersonate people.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, you can't.
Which line? Tell me which line.
The one in the Jeep line.
Liquid?
No, when you get in the car.
Liquid?
Key.
The keys? I was gonna do liquid. You're putting me in a.
Okay. Okay, do liquid then.
Liquid! Oh yeah, thank you. Someone press the button.
He did it for Jean-Vu as well. He actually did a very good Boris, I think.
Oh, very good.
Horror! Was that? Wow, that was Robin. So
Yeah, the intonation he had for the kind of the Russian accent, right, or something like that, was very much intact. So he did a good job.
and there's some other voices in there as well that were kind of substituted in. We had because these missions people may not know.
Yeah.
Kind of came together at the very end of the development cycle, right?
Yep.
We wanted to put in, an extra little bonus,
for
a bonus for the people who,
Surprise for
buy it,
everyone.
surprise bonus. So a lot of the voices, actually, several of the voices were done kind of in-house. And it'd be interesting, completely. So it'd be interesting to see if people can guess, which voices were done in-house.
Nope,
which ones weren't.
for the record, the thing is that most voices we could already use. We took them from other missions in Ground Zeroes, and we could just put them together there, right? Now, for the very few amount of new voices that needed to be recorded, yeah, they were in-house, but I don't want people to think that everything there is just handmade.
So what, a few things in there. So I'm curious to see if people noticed, which voices were recorded in-house, which characters. Might be interesting to see what people guess. So that's pretty much it. So send in your guesses. We'd like to see it. We'll be keeping an eye on this thing.
Pretty good
Can't
liquid.
wait for the reveal.
Yeah.
Pretty good liquid.
You got props for your liquid.
Actually, Sean does a really good liquid. We've done it together
Liquid.
before. I
Really?
think when we were doing the Cape Fear Port back in the day, remember?
I think we
And we did
Yeah, yeah.
impersonations and stuff, and I think I got some tips from him, and it came out. My throat really hurts right now.
You shouldn't talk
the raspy
Keep
voice.
it down.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so moving
on.
on. So that was Jamais-Vu, Déjà Vu. And in addition to
Here
that,
we
obviously we are going to update. We've updated the player trial records now, and of course in your records, it's been updated with Jamais-Vu and Déjà Vu. So if you have Xbox, you now have Déjà Vu records, and likewise you have Jamais-Vu and PlayStation. So these are the world record totals right now. You can see the total playtime is now up to 580 years, which is pretty impressive.
41 years.
Yeah, another
decent.
added 41 years onto there.
Yeah.
The other ones I think haven't gone up too much. I think headshots. I think we're pretty much maxing it out right now. We're pretty close. It's gone up maybe like 0.42 a meter. The longest two-wheel driving though, that's gone up to 166, which is ridiculous. It's 166 hours at this point. It's completely meaningless, but I'm just curious to see how high that goes. So again, you can check these on your app. Also, we put these up on the official webpage for the game as well, so you can check it on there. One other thing to point out is that your completion percentage for the game has now changed. If you downloaded the patch and you've upgraded to 1.10, you've got the extra Déjà Vu and Jamais-Vu missions. So of course, 100% means that you clear all the missions, including Déjà Vu and Jamais-Vu.
Yep.
So if you added the patch, you'll see that if you were at 100%, it went down a little bit. So you'll have to
quite a
play
bit,
those.
right?
Yeah.
A lot of people were reporting bugs actually.
Yeah, so it's not a bug.
It's not a
bug. It's intentional. But trophies, and things like trophies and achievements won't change because that's, based on the original trophy and achievement set. It's just your completion percentage will change. So keep that in mind and play it, get back up to 100%. All right. So I think that's pretty much it for world records this week.
You want to do this?
I don't know if there are any other really interesting ones here. Maybe one insane one is total mission playtime. Somebody's been playing it for 280 hours.
Which means that this guy's pretty much not slept.
Yeah, he's been playing all day, every day.
Console.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, average is about 4.5 roughly.
Yeah.
So that's reasonable. All right, so now moving on. I think Ludo. So Ludwig, you had a bit of a treat for us.
This is the
right.
I totally do, man. I totally do. So we had my Ludo corner on the Japanese show last week, and this time we went ahead and dubbed it for you guys. It's all in good fun, and we do have. Is this thing not working? Free stuff.
Yeah, it's just like,
it's dead.
It's different.
Oh yeah, free stuff, siren.
Yeah, free.
Whatever. Anyways, this is the Ludo corner. Check it out. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. It's time once again for loud-ass, sorry about that, talkative foreigner Ludo's Ludo Corner. I hope you've all recovered from the spectacle that was last time's segment, and we got a lot of comments saying, "Oh, I love your bananas. That's a super composer right there." And what the hell's wrong with this guy? Go work or something. Come on, man. I just wanted you guys to know that it's not good to be an internet bully. So for this time, I was thinking maybe we'll have a look into my actual work. Oh yeah. But before we start, I have one thing that I have to say. They totally fooled me, man. Because I thought, like, Metal Gear, obviously it's going to be metal music, because, I'm from Scandinavia and everything, and I love my metal, man. I totally love it. So anyways, they had me hook, line, and sinker. I don't even get to play my guitar or anything. Come on, what's wrong? Come on. Anyways, it's not heavy metal at all. Why do you call it Metal Gear? So today, we'll listen to this song, Ground Zero's main alert theme that I made. This song. I think you all know it. Well, those of you who get found a lot probably know it more. So, here we go. This is the project file of the main alert theme of Ground Zeroes. And within this file, we have a lot of different tracks. For example, the main synth bass right here. Yep. Well, you can hear it by itself. You can play it. Yeah, you can play it like that. And next, we have our beautiful, beautiful percussion up here. Let's see how that sounds. Well, this is how I made the project. I'm not really sure exactly how I made everything anymore. It's a while back. But this time, we're gonna make a death metal version of this song, I think. So let's start. Let's not start with the guitar. Let's start with the drums, and I'll add them like this. Sounds pretty nice. I'll just quantize that for you guys and make sure it sounds all right. There we go. Yeah. It sounds like this. Right, there we go. Metal up your ass. Death metal. Here we go. So next, let's bring out our guitars. sounds about right. Okay, let's to make it a bit more metal, I might add some screaming dives or diving screams, something like this. Yeah, well, let's just try it at it. Is that metal enough for you? So, let's pick up our bases. Oh. Well, after this, I'll try this and that, and we'll see how it turns out, and I'll show you here in this music video. All right, wham bam. That was some nice Scandinavian metal for you right there. So what should we do next time? Maybe I'll show you how to make Swedish meatballs or arrange another song.
Well, anyways, there's a bunch of stuff that we could do. Just hit me up at Kojima Station's webpage, and I'll see you guys next time here at Ludo Corner. Bye-bye.
And we do make games here too.
We do make games.
That was great.
Wow,
That was
that
great.
Makes great shows, makes great music, makes great games.
Don't know what I just saw, but it was,
And
it was
it's free.
interesting.
Yeah.
I think that machine isn't working today.
So what's up with your
Yeah.
voice, man? Is like
Someone in
puts the
Twitch or
lotion in the
YouTube.
basket.
Or else it gets the hose again.
Someone was saying Barry White here.
Yeah. No, it's just having a bad day, I guess. Happens. So, anyways, so basically, what this is, I realized we don't have a soundtrack out yet, just yet. I thought like one thing that I could do for you guys is just make this thing so you could download it and like have fun with it. Scandinavian death metal. This is actually free to download, and we'll have a link up on our page, and there should probably be like a link to where that page will be.
That page right there.
Something, right there. And yeah, just have fun with it, download it, and I'm not sure if all of you guys are into this kind of music, but I had fun making it.
So are you really heavy into death metal? Is that
I used to be. I used to have hair up until like my boobs and everything. So.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
So I haven't told Ludo yet or discussed this with him yet, but if he made a death metal version, we're gonna move on forward with reggae, techno, No, a lot of
Jazz.
genres. Yeah.
I'm thinking
Hip-hop,
about doing.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a jazz version of Heaven's Divide.
I'd love
next,
it.
maybe.
Yeah, you played it a little bit before we started
Yeah.
the show. I love it, man.
And then eventually, when you have at least 12 tracks, something like an LP, then we could finally have a Ludo soundtrack.
Yeah, all arrangement tracks that nobody needs.
That's the point.
the fiddle soundtrack.
Play that fiddle.
I hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We'll see what I do next, but Heaven's
People
Divide jazz version might be one of the ideas. But like I said, if you have any ideas or anything that you want to see, just send them in. Send them in the chat or send them to like the link we had back in the video.
Send it in the comments.
We can see on Twitch
we'll
and
see
YouTube.
what Ludo can do with it.
And download the song.
Download the song.
It's free.
Yes,
free.
It is free. We don't have
And
a free
we don't
song.
have it. Oh, there we
There
go.
it is, there it is.
Thank you.
All right. Oops. All right. So we got our free stuff for this episode. We got a lot of comments coming in as well.
Yeah.
I know we got some people commenting last time saying that you guys never read the comments, so we're making time.
That's what I'm doing
this
right now.
time to
Making
read
some
the comments.
Yeah.
All right.
Reading
So.
comments.
No.
Someone.
So we've been getting a lot of questions actually, and this is through our comment box as well as Facebook, all over the place actually. People asking about MGO. So it's from Two Flyer. Hi, can we get any updates on MGO? Any screenshots? We're going to hear about it. Thank you. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Still a little early, but we just want to address this and let you know that we're not ignoring you. We see your comments, and we'll have a lot to show in the future, but not quite yet. So just hold on there. All right, next we got from Matt, who writes in saying, hello, my feedback on the show, English version is very positive. I look forward to it every time and I'm never disappointed, until this episode maybe. I would like to ask a question. Will you have Japanese captions for the English version and English captions for the Japanese version? I and probably a lot of other people will be very happy to see that. This is something that maybe we'd like to throw out to all of you guys. Would you like to see more subtitled segments, from the Japanese version of the show? Last week we of course subtitled the Stephanie segment.
Maybe Spanish subtitles on the English version.
Just whatever. If you want to see more localized content from the respective shows subtitled into another language, let us know. On the Japanese side, of course, Hideo does his movie corner. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. Also, Shinkawa-san builds some figures, plastic models,
That one might
which
be
is pretty
nice.
cool, I think.
Yeah.
He doesn't really talk too much, so I don't know how much subtitles will be necessary. He's just kind of building his
I think
his
we
models.
can just word that.
Get Jackie on the show again.
And also, like even Kojima-san's movie corner, I think even the Latin American audience, especially the Latin American audience and the European audience, can relate to that. He talked last time a lot about Alejandro Jodorowsky,
Dune, right?
the guys
Yeah.
from Central
That's
South
pretty heavy,
America,
though.
who live in Mexico.
heavy.
He lives in France these days, so I think a lot of people could be interested in that.
Yeah, it could be interesting. I mean, it is interesting. So, but we just want to know because this is a game podcast. Do you guys want to hear about movies? Do you want to hear him talk about movies? What do you guys want? Just let us know. We'll take your feedback, and if there's enough demand, then maybe we'll try and subtitle some things, get things for you. So thank you very much, Matt, for that.
Yep.
We got.
Next, I just want to say, people in the chat are saying that the fiddle thing has died out. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Finally.
We want to kill it.
we want to
Is
kill
it dead on YouTube and Twitch?
I think we
we've
killed it
gotten-
last episode. I think we went overboard with the fiddles.
I think we made sure that we had enough fiddles for
So no more fiddles.
no more
We're-
fiddles for a while.
We
I
were
think
gonna kill
Robin's
it.
a little bit saddened at this time.
Yeah.
No,
But at the same time, he might be happy because I think he was riding that wave.
he
for a
crowned
while.
it. We cannot make it better than Robin.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we're off the subject.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough with the fiddles.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we also got a lot of comments here for Stephanie as well.
Yep.
So a lot, actually. A lot of people saying they love Stephanie on the show, so we will definitely have another segment with Stephanie. And we have a lot of your requests here. You want to read one, Ludo?
Which one is?
Go for that one.
So I should just read it as it.
Sure.
Hi guys, seeing Stephanie on Kojima Station just filled my heart with joy, and I had a constant smile on my face during her segment. Could you perhaps invite her for an English language interview to the English Kojima Station? She seems like such a cool and happy person. Thanks for giving us PS3 gamers the Jame Vision Mission 2 final. So like the first part is I guess the Stephanie part,
Yep.
and this was from 2 Rikido man, I guess. It's like
Rikido Man.
yeah, it's cut halfway through.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess a couple of you want to see Stephanie on the show, and we'll see if we can make that happen.
Yeah.
I think
We
probably
never-
from now on we'll see more and more stuff that's coming out of the Phantom Pain, and once we get that on, we probably can get more of that. Interviews, free interviews.
Yes.
We need
Okay,
free.
so we'll try to get her on the show. There definitely will be more of Stephanie. So yeah, keep on sending in your ideas. People have been sending in ideas for her secret missions as well. What kind of information she should gather, what she should present. So we are reading those, and we will be presenting those, and we'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Another question. This was from Gabby, and it's regarding Ocelot. Whose decision to bring back Ocelot in MGS5, and why did Kojima hire Troy Baker for the role? Yeah, so this, good questions here. This is kind of more of a general, I guess, voiceover discussion. How the casting process works here.
Yeah.
It really goes based on the role, right? And we don't generally don't look at and say we want this actor in particular. It's more we have an audition process. For Troy, of course, we work with Chris Zimmerman. She's our casting director, so. We had a bunch of people come in and audition for all the various roles. What we're looking for was a little bit of an older Ocelot, a little older than what he was in MGS3, but not quite as old as he was in MGS1. So someone who could fill that gap in between. And so, of course, we knew about Troy's work. We knew who was coming in to the interviews. We also needed somebody who could do a lot of good facial capture as well, because that's something that's been added this time, not just voice, but also facial. And also someone who kind of had a similar face that came from our animators that we want to make sure that the person who does the facial capture actually has a face that's compatible with the characters. So
Yeah, so we couldn't have a round face for us.
right, it's this really big dude with a big round face.
Yeah.
It'd be hard for them to act out Ocelot,
So
right?
it's actually very hard to find the right actors for
It was,
everybody
it
because
was.
it had to be compatible facially and have great performance
Yeah.
and good acting.
Yeah, so
it's pretty tough.
It really was. So there was an extra layer added on to that. Usually we just listen to the audio when we make our decisions. And, we think, okay, this guy sounds right. This time we also had pictures sent in and video. We had that showed to our animators. Everybody looked at it, saying, okay, this guy sounds really good, but his face doesn't have the right bone structure. We gotta go somebody else.
Yeah, the expressions they
They were
were
like bone structure?
Yeah, his jawline's not right. Okay. So so that's basically how the flow goes. And Troy had the right look, he had the right voice, and he of course has the acting skills. So that's how we arrive at Troy and everyone else in the cast as well. And we're fortunate to have a really great cast.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we're very happy with that. All right. So and that wraps it up for the comments. Now, I think also people may have noticed this thing here.
Yeah.
What's that?
That has been
Lego.
sitting here.
Yeah, a couple of people have commented
Yeah,
on
people have
that.
been commenting. Now, what is this? Obviously, it's Lego, and this is something that Sasaki-san, our web guy, has created here, and we
Right
thank you
over
for
there.
this.
Thank you, Sasaki-san.
This is, of course, of the Japanese Kojima Station. He went ahead and created Lego versions of all the people on the show who have been on the show.
Hideo, Mutsumi-san.
Actually, no, that's where's my finger? Oh, yeah, this is Kodakawa-san here. That's Hideo. That's Mutsumi. We got there's Shinkawa-san there. It's hard to do this in reverse. But yeah, so we got a lot of the regulars on the show here.
Obviously, the regular Godzilla.
Yeah, the regular Godzilla.
right there.
Godzilla, the regular
Awesome.
Snake, the regular everyone. Jackie's over here.
Yeah, that's
There's
Jackie.
Jackie.
That sure
There
looks
he
like
is.
him.
He looks like
Yeah.
Jackie.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
So, and we talked to Sasaki-san before the show here, and he said that he's gonna create a version for us.
Nice.
We'll see how that
So-
turns out.
Sasaki-san is an awesome guy.
Yeah.
He helps us coordinate the show. He does everything. Plus, he's an expert. He told me that he has been doing Lego for 20
Where's the
years,
creepy level
15
beside
in like serious ways. So for next show, we'll have our version of the
Sure.
See us here, see our Lego versions. We'll see how that turns out.
And
So
you guys are
excited.
just waiting for that.
Yeah.
everyone excited, is
Can't be
excited about it.
more
The
excited.
highlight of the next show.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness though.
Lego Ludo.
seriousness, though,
Yeah, Lego Ludo will be up.
Lego Ludo.
People in the chat are asking if we know about the theory that Quiet is Chico.
Oh
It's been
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've seen
you guys
spreadsheets
really
about
thought
it.
about that one.
You guys,
Yeah,
that's pretty good actually. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
yeah.
Good theory.
an interesting theory.
It's true. It's totally
It's all true.
It's all true.
Dude, I was disturbed. Dude, I was really disturbed when I read that. I was just like, Chicos, what?
Yeah. Anyway, we're not no spoilers on this show.
No
We
comments.
will not say whether that's true or not.
No comments.
But you keep the conspiracy theories coming. It's all fun. So for next show, actually, we're gonna start ramping up because we got E3 coming up soon.
Oh yeah.
That means you guys are gonna get some new information coming. So we've been looking back at Ground Zeroes a lot for now, but some new stuff is going to be coming soon. So we're looking forward to that. In the next episode, we'll probably do a little bit of recap of past titles and also a little bit of looking forward to E3. So look forward to that, and look forward to the Legos. And we'll see you next time. All right. Look forward to the Legos.
Yes.
That's
We
all that
are.
matters.
We want the Legos.
We
Shout
love
out to
Legos.
Big Zapata from Honduras. He's been asking for a shout out. So,
All right.
saludos a todos.
Honduras. Cool.
Zapata-san.
All right. So thank you guys. Somebody throw something at us. All right. So thank you very much, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Next episode on the 23rd of May.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.